The T-54/55 is a Soviet-made main battle tank that was developed in the late 1940s and early 1950s. It was first introduced in 1947 and became one of the most widely produced tanks in history. It was used extensively by the Soviet Union and its allies during the Cold War, as well as by many other countries around the world. This essay will explore the history, design, and impact of the T-54/55 on modern warfare. History. The T-54/55 was developed in response to the new post-World War II environment, where tanks need to be more versatile and adaptable to a wider range of situations. The T-54 was introduced in 1947, and it quickly became clear that it was a vast improvement over the previous generations of Soviet tanks. It had thicker armor, a more powerful engine, and a more effective gun, which gave a significant advantage over its predecessors. The T-55 was introduced in 1958 and was an upgraded version of the T-54, had several improvements, including a more powerful engine, a better gun, and thicker armor. It was also more fuel efficient, which gave it a longer range and made it more effective in long-distance operations. Design. The T-54/55 was designed to be a versatile and adaptable tank that could operate effectively in a wide range of conditions. It had a sloped armor design that proved its protection against enemy fire. It was also able to travel across a variety of terrains, including snow, mud, and sand. Its gun was a 100mm rifled cannon, which gave it significant firepower and made it effective against both armored and unarmored targets. This tank, along with many other Soviet-designed vehicles, were quite happy. The T-54/55 had a very poor -4 degrees of gun pressure, making it quite difficult to peek over hills. That's pretty bad, especially compared to many NATO tanks of the time. The American M46 had a fairly good -10 degrees of gun depression while only having 20 degrees of elevation. While the T-54 T-55/55 had only 17 degrees of gun elevation, this doesn't mean the vehicle was inferior to NATO vehicles. It's just something to point out. Speaking of guns, it had two machine guns, one mounted on the roof of the tank, while the other one sat right next to the main cannon. The roof-mounted machine gun was a 12.7mm Dishuk meant for anti-aircraft or infantry usages, while the one next to the 100mm main gun was a smaller 7.2mm SGMT. These are used mainly to protect the tank from infantry. The tank had a crew of four consisting of a driver, a gunner, a loader, and commander. It was also equipped with a range of advanced technologies for the time, including a night vision system, a gun stabilizer, and a laser rangefinder. Pretty sophisticated stuff for the 1940s/50s. Armor is something to mention as well. It had a very nice 100mm on the upper front plate sloped at 61 degrees. Similarly, the lower front plate also had 100mm of armor, although a lot less slope degree of only around 53. The turret was even better, having a staggering 20mm of armor ranging from 7 to 64 degrees on the turret front. The mantley was roughly around 200. The mantley was around 200. The mantlet was roughly 200mm as well. Keep in mind that armor packages and upgrades will be applied later on in its production. Sides were not as thick, but still decent. The whole sides were 80mm thick, while the turret is 90 to 160mm thick. With all this armor, you expect this tank to be heavy, but surprisingly, you'd be wrong. This tank only weighs around 35 tons, which is a lot lighter than your American counterparts and your mom. This tank was relatively small, which kept the profile of the tank quite low and the weight down. Unfortunately, this made life inside the tank awful, very cramped, and not much room at all to move. Even the loader had difficulty moving a 100mm round into the breech. Impact. The T-54/55 had a significant impact on modern warfare. Its versatility and adaptability made it an effective weapon in a wide range of conflicts, from the Korean War to Arab-Israeli wars to the Vietnam War. It was also used extensively by Soviet forces during the Cold War, as well as by many other countries around the world. The tank's impact was not limited to its military effectiveness. However, its production and export also had a significant impact on the Soviet economy and foreign relations. The T-54/55 was produced in vast numbers, which helped to drive the Soviet industrial sector and contributed to the country's economic growth. It's also exported to many other countries, which hope to build Soviet influence and power in the world. Conclusion. The T-54/55 is one of the most iconic tanks in history, and its impact on modern warfare cannot be overstated. Its versatility, adaptability, and advanced technologies made it an effective weapon in a wide range of conflicts, and its production and export helped to build Soviet power and influence the world. Today, the T-54/55 remains an important part of military history and a symbol of the Cold War era. Hey, it's Pros Productions AJ. I'm editing the video right now. I actually just got done recording the audio. Cause Logan is heavily that does not taste good. Heavily lazy. Don't mind the video quality. I'm using my laptop's camera, so not good. I do plan on buying a web camera. Don't mind the audio. It's the same microphone I use for video. I do not have a microphone yet. Uh, Next time I get my paycheck, I do plan on getting it. But I just want to thank you for watching and hopefully enjoying our first video on military history. We do plan on making more. It's in the description. At least I think it is. Let me check. I was right. Yeah, I did description. I didn't know if Logan edited not. If you can't see it, grandma, this is we made gaming history reviews. I was very lazy. I'm pretty sure I was at my friend's house, not his house. He's grounded. He's stupid. But I want to just thank everyone, uh, past and present, for subscribing and watching our videos. And that's it. Bye.